Have you ever wanted to upcycle a piece of furniture and repurpose it into something else? Well, stay tuned and watch as I change these vintage Hexagon end tables into something a little more functional. I found these end tables at the Habitat for Humanity Restore in our area quite a while ago, so I don't remember exactly how much I paid, but pretty sure it was between $20 to $30 for the pair. And they've been sitting in my garage because I decided to paint my kitchen cabinets and redo some bathrooms. I saw a few different ideas a few years ago on turning different pieces of furniture into pet beds, and we actually did one, and I'll share those pictures in this video too, but I had seen this style before, these old Hexagon tables, and came across these, so decided to make some more and give these a try. They originally had a two-panel door that was hinged in the middle where you could open it and close it, and we decided to go ahead and take those off. And then it did have a base underneath it as well that was a few inches tall, and I decided to take those off just because I knew that I wanted to put a pet bed in here, and I wanted to make sure it was low enough to the ground to where an animal didn't have to try to jump to get into the bed or anything. So we went ahead and took those off, but I figured if someone wanted to use this for dual purpose side table or end table, they could always add some legs to give it some more height again. So the first step, as always, was to give these a good cleaning and then fill in any scratches, blemishes with some wood filler. And these did have a few spots, not too bad, mostly around the bottom. And then one of them did have a spot on the top as well. But these were our particle boards, so it's a little more challenging to get a nice smooth patch on them, but it works. Then after that dried, I just gave it a good hand sanding. And since I'm going to be using all-in-one paint by Heirloom Traditions, I didn't need a primer because their paint is primer, paint, and top coat all in one. So, and you don't need to sand either, even though you could give it a little scuff sand if, you know, these are particle board, like I said, so they're a little slick, so it probably would have been beneficial to give it a little scuff sand, but I didn't this time. So here's the one that we did a few years back. It was one nightstand with 2 drawers, and we made 3 pet beds out of it. Added some legs on the drawers, just turned them towards the back, and then added the cushions, and they all sold pretty quickly. So I knew that I wanted to use black on these just to make them look a little more modern, and I know Hexagon are popular right now, so I went ahead and painted the outside. I wasn't sure yet what I was going to do on the inside, but ultimately I did decide to go ahead and paint everything the same color, and then I added some peel and stick wallpaper just to the back 2 walls. After a couple of coats, the top still showed some streaks, so I decided to give that a light sand and go ahead and spray on an extra coat. So this paint from Heirloom Traditions is the first all-in-one paint that I've used. And I really like the finish that you get with it. It definitely is a little bit of a learning curve if you're used to using other types of paint. But once you get the hang of it, it looks really good. And so far it's holding up really well and has great reviews from people who've painted their kitchens and all sorts of things, even fabric, plastic, metal, wood. I mean, you name it, you can paint it. And there's a lot of great reviews saying it's held up well for years. So I'm really liking this one. But I am curious to try some of the others that have come on the market too, just to compare. So look for a comparison video in the future. Let me know in the comments if you've ever tried any all-in-one paints, and if so, which one do you like the best? Since this is a tabletop, I did go ahead and add an extra top coat. You don't have to, but just knowing that someone may use these as side tables or end tables, I went ahead and just added that on for extra protection. I found the pet beds on Amazon for super cheap. They were only 10 or 11 bucks a piece, so that was a really good deal. But they are quite small, so next time I probably would just make my own with a piece of foam and mimic the shape, and then cover it in some fabric just to give a little more space for a little bit bigger pets. Here's my model, Mr. Bear, that I was trying to get in there so I could take a few pictures, but he was a little unsure. He's used to his beds, which are a little bit bigger, I guess. Although he probably could fit because he curls up like a little croissant. So these are up for sale in my area on Facebook Marketplace, and I'll update the comments whenever they sell and let you know how much they sold for. So let me know in the comments if this is a project that you'd try. And thanks again. Hit that like and subscribe button.